Hey guys, what's up? My name is Art, back for another video. I've been dealing with this kind of upper respiratory kind of cold for the last couple of days, and this weather here in Michigan is not the best. It's cold. Sometimes it gets a little. The funny thing is tomorrow's gonna be close to 50. Yeah, so it's like 30s, 30s. Oh, 50, 30s back again. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to get sick. But anyway, I've been thinking about what to do, and I want to do some new stuff. Um, I do have a New Year's resolution coming up, and that New Year's resolution is a lot more things. The idea is making 2020 the year. 2019 was bittersweet. Let's make so my goal is to make it 2020 kick ass. Okay, now with that being said, I was thinking about going to the gym today, but since I'm like coughing and stuff like that, I should be best for me to stay home. Throw the humidifier back on. You know, about throw this humidifier back on. Just fill this up with some water. I got some little medicine stuff in here. Throw the humidifier back on. That's what I'm thinking about doing. Stuff like that. But more about that. This week has been pretty cool. Just seemed kind of long to me. But other than that, too bad I don't know how to edit videos. I just shoot as is, so just raw and fresh, instead of slicked and polished. I look like I'm more honest. But anyway, I've been thinking about doing. I was thinking about doing some comic reviews in the last couple of days, and I'm like, what can I do? So, I mean, I'm reading. I have a stack of new stuff. I'm trying to get to. I have a stack of new stuff I'm trying to get to. Not really motivated to read that. I got tons of graphic novels. When I mean a ton, I got at least 20 to 30 graphic novels that I got to read, which I'm going to try to read. I got a book. I got two autobiographies I want to try to read. I want to try to play this game I've been playing. I've been playing on and off for years. Oh, been trying to do a lot of things. But anyway, so what happened is that I'm thinking. What happens? I look through my backlog comic stuff, and I found something. I said, "Oh, this would be kind of interesting to talk about." And the reason why, because pretty soon, in the next 2 or 3 years, there is either going to be a TV series by Marvel called What If. I think it's a TV series or a movie. I'm not too sure yet, but it'd be work better as a TV series. We don't know if it's going to be animated or it's going to be live action. If it's animated, it'll be a lot more interest. It'll be a lot more easier than trying to get real, do all this stuff. But anyway, so what happened is I found some comics that I had from when I was a kid that based off the What If series. Now, what is the What If series about? You take a comic book storyline, a famous comic book storyline, and say, what if this happened instead of this? And then they play it out. So I found a couple. Now, the thing is, some of these things should be very easy to find. If you want to buy these, they should be easy to find. They should be somewhat cheap. Should be the operative word. Let me look up one of my sites. hmm. There was lots of series of these. The first series happened in 1978 to internet's being slow today. Internet being very slow today. Damn it! Crap! Well, I'm looking at the wrong spot, but anyway. These are slightly bent up a little bit. Slightly bent up. And this is What If, number 4. What if the alien costume had possessed Spider-Man? Now, this is based off of the Secret Wars spinoff, in which, for example, Spider-Man gets the alien costume during Secret Wars. Now, what happens is, if you ever get a chance to read that series, it's good. I met this creature, this super godlike person called the Beyonder, says, "I'm bored. I want some entertainment. Oh, Earth seems cool. Since Earth seems cool, I'm gonna pick a whole bunch of heroes and a whole bunch of villains and some random people from all over the galaxy and put them in and create this one world. And the idea is, good guys if you win, bad guys if you win. Whoever wins this battle gets their wishes fulfilled." And of course, it's a whole onslaught of stuff. A whole onslaught of things. And it's just hilariously funny. So, during the Secret Wars, Spider-Man grabs this object and it envelops him into a suit like this. Oh, 1989. This was in 1989, and at the highest quality, it's worth like $60. So this is a $60 book. It's pretty neat, I guess. Great. 1989. So okay. I'm looking at. Oh, no comics on. Okay, fine. So this is a good. And what happened is he basically gets taken over, and I. Now a lot of people might say, well, maybe you should before you talk about it, maybe you should read it. But it's like I like talking about it off of the memory I have of it. Sooner or later, I will pick this up and actually read it because it's a very good story. This is the next one was one of my most favorite ones. Is What If Wolverine was an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Now, it was kind of funny. So, the idea is Wolverine works for S.H.I.E.L.D. instead of the X-Men and everything else with his powers. Like I said, this is one of my most favorite ones. And that's kind of neat. Number 8, what if Iron Man lost to Armor Wars? Now, what happened is, this is based off of the Iron Man storyline. Now think about it. Iron Man was always one of the big heroes of the 70s, ever since he been premiered in the 60s. But for what happens after a time, he took less prominence until the Iron Man movies came out. When the Iron Man's movies came out, and people said, "Oh, Iron Man's cool." Now he's propelled up to top tier status again. no people was buying the comic book but not in droves, so they created a story like Demon in the Bottle, classic storyline, and it talks about alcoholism. It's a very slow story, but it's one of the best Iron Man stories ever. Another story is called the Armor Wars, in which he finds out somehow. I forgot how he found out. The story. He found out that all these people stole his technology, bits and pieces of his technology, and create battle armor and stuff like that. So his idea is, I'm gonna go after everybody who stole my shit, and I'm gonna defeat them. And there's a lot of people. In the comic books, he defeated all those guys. But guess what? In this book, what if he lost it? And it says, if you can't lick them, unite them. So it's kind of interesting. The other one, what if X-Men number 9? What if the X-Men died on their first mission? And it's kind of hilarious about this. And it's like, and it says the X-Men are dead and I killed them. Professor X is screaming. I thought that was kind of interesting. I remember reading this years ago. And I'm like, wow, what if they did die? Oh well. I mean, to me, it's like, oh well, but it's a good story. This is one of my most favorite what if books. And believe me, if you ever know about the X-Men, you'll understand the reason why. Now, here's the thing. What if Professor X became the Juggernaut? Issue 13. So imagine him becoming the Juggernaut. Unique story, right? And him leading the X-Men as Juggernaut. Awesome. One of the more amusing ones is, what if Spider-Man married the Black Cat instead of marrying Mary Jane? Back in the 80s, Spider-Man, Peter Parker, decided to marry, and Mary Jane decided to marry. Big issue. Then later on, the One More Day storyline, he makes a deal with Mephisto to erase everything, even including his marriage. And if they're meant to be, they'll get back together. And of course, they're back together, kind of now. But anyway, what if he married the Black Cat instead of marrying Mary Jane? Interesting story. One of my favorite ones right here. What if Wolverine was Lord of the Vampires? Now, now everybody understands that Wolverine is a badass. Now, imagine with all his Wolverine's powers, him being a vampire on top of that. Yeah, and you can see the Punisher in the background. Unique storyline. Speaking of Punisher, what if Punisher had killed Daredevil? It's unfathomable, but this is a what if, so imagine that. Decent story. What if Phoenix had not died? I'm going to tell you something. Just think about it. These stories, sometimes they became a little bit off the wall crazy. Sometimes these stories is off the wall crazy. And the next one after that was, what if Phoenix had rose again? So, I mean, like I said, these are out of the what if series back then in that late 80s. These are one of my favorite ones that I used to read. And back then I used to read a lot of stuff. So, I mean, it's kind of cool. And I look up now, it's like, man, I remember buying this. Especially Wolverine was an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm like, oh man, I remember this one. Don't remember everything about it, but I remember buying it. The funny thing is about this one right here, I lost it. This one, I had it a long time ago. I lost it, and I found it for $3. So this is going to be part of my, this is an expensive kind of thing. In other words, it's not going back to where I found it. But like I said, the What If Stories was pretty interesting because it was totally different, and it took your classic stories and threw them in a different direction. And the reason why I'm mentioning that, because within the next couple of years, they're doing a What If TV series. I think it's either a movie or hopefully it's a TV series, and hopefully it's animated. Because if it is, you can do a whole bunch of storylines very easily. But you know, hey, we'll see what happens. So right then and there, that's my video for today. I might do another one today, maybe. I don't know. I'll think about it. But other than that, I want to thank you for watching. If you like what I'm talking about, like it. You want to don't like it, put me a thumbs down. So far, I mean, tell you the truth, I know that at most, maybe 10 people might watch these videos, and that's fine. I'm just putting it out there. Oh, oh my goodness, this coat is really screwing me over. But anyway, have a great Saturday, and hope to see you soon.